Alright, I'm back. I gotta come up with like a catchy phrase or something like that to get people to. I don't know. I gotta come up with something though. That's why I say I gotta come up with something in here. I don't know to look at it though. I gotta utilize all my social networks. I really do. I really do. I gotta start posting more reels on Twitter though. I really do. I'm gonna start doing like mini clips. Do like little mini clips for the days, and then I'm gonna put it on my. What I'm gonna do today? Put it on my. I'm gonna put like a mini clip on that motherfucker. Alright, okay, I'm back. This fire signs. This is gonna be y'all career reading aspect of whatever because so your career been kind of nailed out. That's why I ain't love readings either though. That ain't for me. Well, just the monthlies though. I said career has been calling me a lot. A lot. It has. Yeah, I gotta get some traffic. You know, what else? We got Ace of Cups in the pot four. This could be like some new teamwork projects ideally coming on, something you're passionate about. It could be some help, could be some support. I don't know. See? You know, because look all on you. I always have to say, all help ain't good help. What else though? We got Nine of Swords, and we also got the Six of Cups though. It could be you hear me say coming into teamwork and necessarily into support ideally though, where you've been looking for careers or offers or movement or ideally though, because you got Nine of Swords reversed and you had the Six of Cups. So probably in the past ideally though, somebody couldn't see eye to eye though because this is like harsh. This is like trying to make somebody see their point of view, trying to sell themselves. So a lot of you guys may have been trying to come up entrepreneurship, maybe trying to do new things or apply for things in the workplace or find career new activities or whatever the case may be. But it's also trying to get people to see what it is that you're trying to see because you got Ten of Cups versus the two. You got Ten of Cups versus the Temperance. And the Temperance can be a very antagonistic energy or whatever the case may be. It can be very forceful. I need you to see what the fuck I'm talking about. So it doesn't. It's not like the King of Wands, but it's like, oh, you're going to hear what I gotta say. Like it's like this type of energy overall with the Ten of Cups. So that's why I said the overall affecting energy though. So I don't know what's going on with the career type S. Energy is interchangeable. It could be you remember fire is an element, so it could be certain things that you are doing into play. Remember that fire, air, earth, water is also an element. So sometimes people get caught up on something an idea of forget it's an element, something that you use and you do, especially when you're trying to get an alchemy effect. Alright, let's cut these bitches Oh, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. And so your Wheel of Fortune is a card it speaks of like necessarily harvesting energy though. Ooh, I knew that was gonna come out though. You got Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords though. I get them out though, but that's the Wheel of Fortune necessarily is a harvesting style type card. So it's also about going through bad timings. It's a fixated energy. It could be on hyperly negative things or somebody that's necessarily content, not wanting to move, not wanting to budge, ideally though. So it's like it could be one track minded and just focus on like I like this is what I like that. It's like harping on a certain thing or whatever the case may be. So let's go. We have the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Right. Because I think I saw Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We got Six of Wands versus the Four of Wands, which create a Ten of Wands energy, which is burdensome and asking for help. You got Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords reverse versus the Temperance, and we got Five of Cups. So let's go. You remember workplace drama could come up on the Wands. Let's see. We just need some more. These cards thick as shit. Let me tell you that. I like them though. We got the Moon, the King, the Cups, and the Stars. Yes. Star for the overall mood. This star card to me, this could be like talking about wish fulfillment, but it could be also about pouring your all into something because the Aquarian energy is known for the humanitarian effect. That we got Ten of Cups that you seen the necessary was reversed. We got Ten of Swords, which is reversed. We got a Ten of Wands energy at play, but the card hasn't necessarily came out though. So this could be pouring your all into something or necessarily trying to be seen. This could be investment style for business type aspects. It could be wanting things to come into fruition the way you want to though, because you got High Priestess first, we got Seven of Cups, we got Five of Swords, so got a tug of war energy again, and then we got the Ten of Wands. Then I say that though with the King of Swords. Yes. Okay, let's break it down. No, it's this way. Yeah. No, I picked them up. My bad. I like to put them back in the. All right, okay. Bam. Starting for the bottom, we got King of Swords versus the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is an energy that feels very burdened or like not necessarily knowing how to exhale. King of Swords can be a very brutal. It can be contractual obligations though. So this could be like in the fine print, ideally trying to figure certain things out if it's coming to money or assistance with help. This could be a boss ideally though, or somebody that likes to it's the King of Swords in a workplace position. They could do nothing, but at the same time. It could seem like it's something. So I will say that though. So we'll figure that out. But it could be legal or coming out of a situation, trying to see something about it though. But it could be a boss idea that does nothing, but at the same time, it seems like they does something. You got the Five of Swords with the Seven of Cups, though. I told you this could be a fight, though, a disagreement. Seven of Cups about what do you want? Because Seven of Cups is like seeing things, but at the same time, somebody's offering it to you, but it's not tangible. It's not valuable. Like it's all an illusion. It's kind of like, yeah, you can have this. Yeah. So it's kind of like that type of energy. But I thought you King of Swords is a very person that's very manipulative about going about certain things, but it isn't focused. That's why I said it isn't focused. It's a manipulative energy. Overall, we got the High Priestess. Though I told you, High Priestess in a business type aspect, it speaks of like the unknown, like uncovering the truth. But ideally, though, is it trustworthy or whatever the case may be? Are you following intuitiveness, and is it really from like if we doing marketing, you just talk about the High Priestess, like letting it out, like seeing certain things, like letting it out, and people see. Ideally, though. So we'll figure it out, though. Let's see what's going on in career wise. You got Eight of Pentacles, you got Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords reverse in the moon. And remember, this is for who I say this for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sage. Eight of Pentacles, that could be like investment energy, like that's necessarily putting in the time, somebody's work, like that's where you starting a new beginning, you in there, you putting in the interest, but you also got the Nine of Coins versus the Ten of Swords, so it's like reaping the assets back. It's like reaping the aspects back. Now you got the work, everything coming into or the financial type aspects. Now you got the Ten of Swords energy. Now the Ten of Swords is like figuring out the last truth or some sort of ending. So for some of y'all, this could be a truth about some business or something ideally though coming to an abrupt end or trying to figure out how you do certain things, especially putting in the interest. I would say that. Then you got the Nine of Swords. I tell you this energy is like stress, worry. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. And this is like business type plans coming up with certain things. But the Nine of Swords energy is like not being able to see things a not seeing things from a certain perspective, but it also needs rest to be able to keep moving. You got Six of Wands versus the Four of Wands. This is that Ten of Wands energy at play, but the Six of Wands is like needing to move to see the attention. Four of Wands in a partnership. For some of y'all, I always say the Six of Wands is the direction, and I always say in the workplace, like if you go to work, you don't go to work to make friends, and this is where you find out who um, people are in the King of Cups energy, where you find out people who are sneaky, manipulative, da 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 da, all those different types of assets. So like those aspects of people. So they're just like the stress. But the Nine of Swords energy, I told you though, like this is like two different things, whether it comes into putting in interest or work or sleeping time for something. Now this is needed to create a sense of boundaries between you and work and career. Because you also got this King of Cups. This could be taxing onto your love life, ideally, though. So this could be resistant to being open to certain things. I will say that, though, if it's like endeavors of dealing with anybody else, if it's like overall, yeah, you got King of Cups. And the Queen of Wands, or whatever the case may be, it was like a style, a cutthroat or something, because the Queen of Wands can be a very malicious, no, I'm not going to see you win. I have to get that style type of energy. And then you got the Queen of Swords versus the Temperance. And the Queen of Swords, and this that speaks of a very bitter, cruel style type woman that's very tactless, with the Temperance, which is very antagonistic as well, with the Five of Cups Greek. So it's like, if it's another person ideally that you're dealing with, I will say that though it's like two different people trying to hone in or whatever the case may be. But for some of y'all, this like needing to put yourself out there is probably going about it in a different style or way. If it's like the work dynamic, the conflict of trying to who's going to do this, because if you working in a career space, you got a boss who ideally does nothing, but at the same time he does something. I don't know if that's you or whoever it is, though. I would say that though, but it's like that style of interest. But I feel like work, lack of sleep and rest, if it's like working or you a boss or employer, it's kind of like the lack of empathy that a person shows or give. Because Queen of Wands, ideally though, can be like, oh no, I'm going to get this. I'm going to, in a business style. If it's competing for something, it will cut anybody and anything down out of its way. So it's like, you got something I want. Oh, I'm gonna stab you in the back to ideally to get what I need, and I don't give a fuck. So it creates a riffraff if it's like competitiveness for something in the workplace. And Queen of Swords versus the Temperance, though, ideally, though, and it puts you in a Five of Cups, though. So where it brings you more pain than ideally than it does brings you joy. So I would say that, though. So let's look at it. You got the Lovers, though. Here goes like the contract, the agreement, the oh yeah, we see each other, we're on the same page. You know what I'm saying? For some of y'all trying to bring things into fruition and signing some sort of contract or whatever, but you got the World here and the Tower, though. Some of y'all, I told y'all, this is like trying to find balance between work and love. I would say that though, because you got lovers on the flip side, but for some of y'all, though, somebody could be a little bit too detached to their partner or not necessarily open. I would say that though, or open to the ideas, two different career paths ideally though. So maybe working too much brings out a nature of somebody that's like, no, we're gonna do this, to where it goes into that hypercritical, analytical style perspective where it's kind of like, damn, nigga, I just wanted to sell fucking flowers. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a very roughness of energy or whatever the case may be. But I told you it's also about patience and timing. I said this in the Queen of Wands. I'm gonna put that blog in this link down there. Queen of Wands energy. That I told you the Queen of Wands, and I was telling about overall advice. If y'all haven't checked that out, that's on my page. But you got Lovers and you got the World and the Tower. Though for some of y'all, though, this is trying to finish something or bring something that ideally that you like or something that you're very passionate about, but without being in a style of too forceful or being chaotic or necessarily hectic. I would say that. Yeah, yeah, because you got Knight of Wands with the Four of Swords. Reverse. Ooh. Two of Wands. Remember, two of Wands, reverse, Seven of Swords, and the Four of Cups. I'm going to tell you what they are. My grandma always said. And the old saying, she said niggas and flies. But the term that people say, you can attract more flies with honey than vinegar. So a lot of people, it's coming up with you trying to sell yourself or solicit yourself in a position, though. I would say that it's being honest and the intention that goes into play, though, because you have the sword that is a very sword, but it's a heart that's necessarily tethered to it with pain or passion, the intent or the malicious, the cutthroat and style that put you in a four cups position, though. You also have with a contract or something that's new ideally come in. I think for some of y'all though, this is like redirecting where it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm trying not to be that bossy, forceful, or arrogant type person though. So I would say that though, for some of y'all, like it's avoiding a style of technique to where you're going into a lower vibrational type self because you got two of wands versus the seven of swords. So you have like this hidden indecision of how you want to go about things, ideally though, or your intention of trying to call things in though. But I will say that though, it's like a workplace drama dynamic. Ooh, it is rough. I would say that though because you got a four of cups energy at play. And that's like you hear me say, look at these cups. Like this is the blood, the sweat, the tears that goes into bringing something about, or just the recklessness sound. I told you, I remember every fire sign is crossed by air, so it might not be another person. It might be you. So remember that. So, but sometimes it can't be another person. All right. I'm gonna say all the signs once I finish though. You just figure out who. work. But you got the five. That's tell you that's the blood, sweat, and tears that goes on to things. Before cups is a more sulky, agony, and an agony felt type card to where it's like hurts, it's pain. It's kind of like I don't know. So it's kind of like if it's something that you're very passionate about. I tell you, I see too many swords, too many wands. It's not a lot of compassion or interest. So for some of y'all, if you're trying to woo people in, I think you're probably scaring them the fuck off before you actually bring them in. Or if you do get certain things, the way you go about it is very ill intent or half. It's I ain't gonna say half ass. It's real ill intent. It's coming from like a strong overworked solar plexus, like the intention of when you see the what card is that? Mm, 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 what card is that? Leo, the Leo card. What you see is like reversed or whatever the case may be. So that's why I say for some of y'all it's that though. I said that though. All right, let's go. But for some of y'all, I told y'all again. I repeat, you need to separate career versus your love life, creating a time in between them or whatever the case may be. Because you got a nine of cups energy at play. That's like wish fulfillment and wanting something, but this card where it's like see me, see me, see me. Where it's kind of like somebody that's done something, they achieved something, they kind of like okay, I'm ready for my reward. When it's my, it's like not, it's not like an impatient energy. It's like oh, I know I done good, and I'm waiting. So for some of y'all, it's like I know I done good, but I'm waiting. But you also have the Eight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups reversed, and we go back to the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, it can't Page of Pentacles. So that's why I said a lot of y'all, this is like the empathy or the emotional um intellect that goes into certain things. Because it could be something that you're very passionate about, though. Ideally, right? Two of Pentacles, that's like the gathering of the resources, putting things in out there, like the balance in. Like you see, you got the balance, the time, certain things, work and fairness. Like you keep hearing me say that. Some of y'all got to balance career and relationship type aspects, and then you got some of y'all know I told y'all this is like the see me, see me, see me type energy though, going back to the Eight of Cups energy. So it's like see me, I know I done good. This is what it is. But for some of y'all, this is like the lack of empathy or passion that it showed. So it's kind of like if you're trying to expand yourself to a greater market, or if it's something that ideally that you need or you're trying to drive in or you're trying to sell yourself to a boss or something that it is that it needs or you need, it's the lack of passion. It's like the emotional reasons. Like this is where like somebody wants to hear to where like somebody told me this a long time ago. He had told me he was like, yeah, you got great ideas, but he told me like you got great ideas. Yes, you can get money, but at the same time, what's the reason? Like, what is the passion? Like, why? So for some of y'all though, like that's the why. Where people don't know. Like if it's something that you ideally don't care about or you don't show interest in or you know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's kinda like those type of things. For some of y'all it looks like a work office I wanna say a work real whirlwind romance shit that's going on to where because I told you got these two. Let me swoop these up. Let me swoop these up. Because I told you you got where it go. Here we go. Some of y'all got like a whirlwind work office romance. Cause so you have King of Cups. So that's either you or somebody else that's like not there. That's like a player type player or whatever the case may be. Like they don't like the style. Or this could be you. And then you got the Queen of Wands. Like, oh, I already fucked him. He ain't finna fuck with him. And then you got the Queen of Swords. That's like, bitch, I would chop your wand down. So it's kind of like two people ideally that's like going at it. And then it puts them in a Five of Cups energy where both people that's going through pain and hardship. And then ideally, though, if the relationship is later on established, though, you got lovers and the completion to where it's like, okay, people see now. But you're also trying to avoid the sneakiness or ill intentions of malice. It's like how you went about or got this or someone. It's like that energy, though. So it's like those two different things, and it puts you in a Four of Cups energy, though. So it's like the intentions or whatever the case may be. So if you were trying to date somebody, it's kind of like, yeah, you went on in, you swooped on in and got them. Maybe while you was dating somebody else, because I thought the Queen of Cups, my Queen of Cups come out. One of y'all, I want to say one of y'all in a whirlwind office romance. So where somebody pretends to be single on time. You know, you know it's cool to have a work bae. you know. And but at the same time, it's kind of like you go what I'm saying. Like you don't call me, you don't text me, you know. Like you don't call me, you don't text me at home. We just at work. Like some of y'all gotta like understand. All right, so you got I'll tell you the page of coins. We got us. The Scorpionic energy reverse, the Ace of Swords, and we have the Two of Swords. The reason why I always say Scorpionic energy, nothing else, because when you say the death energy, like, oh, I'm gonna die. It's like, no, I don't. That's why I always say that when I all the cards or whatever the case may be. Um, with the if it's you, the Two of Swords and the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands is somebody that's kind of like an ongoing negative type person. For some of you, it's the careers and how you go about certain things. So it's kind of like changing the narrative. So if you're trying to when I say the Nine of Pentacles is focused on greed, money, and materialism, that's kind of like a card of being overstocked. So it's like at that point where you need to figure out what do you need to release to bring in. So you got to have some form of healthy balance. Like where's money going? So check the box. Like checking certain things in your life, whether that's your routine of how you get up in the morning with the kids, whatever it is. It's like it needs some routine, structure, and order because it's focused on one thing and your skills gonna skip like that. So for some of y'all though, if it's like trying to call in or you finally got what it is that you needed, it seems like something came in just as fast as it ended. If this is like the office world, like the office romance, whirlwind, or if it's relinquishing, stepping down for something though, it seems like something ended just as fast as it started though. Ooh, I left these on the side. Did I say Six of Cups and a Two of Cups? That's a two. My bad. That's a two. Can you see it? That's a two, but they wrote it wrong. It looks like a five. Is that me? It looks like a five though, but it's two though. And you got the six, so they put you back in the Four Cups energy though. Because you have Two of Swords and you have the Page of Wands though. So for some of y'all, this is like if it's entrepreneur, and I say you've been trying to sell something, ideally though, it's kind of like trying to get something on the same page. For some of y'all though, it's the way. Like if you're trying to get everybody, okay, I'm trying to get you to understand empathy, understanding. There's a difference between passion and empathy. Like if it's everybody loves a story. Everybody loves a story though, whether it's coming from messy, from drama, ideally though, if it's something that you need, it's the way you feel, solicit something. So everybody loves a story. So if you don't know how to be able to give people something without giving them like leaving them on the realms to where they always have something where they want to know, it seems like that will make business certain things go awry because you do got Two of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So I told you that it's like a truth. So for some of y'all though, that is like a horrible ending. For some of y'all though, if it's dealing with business. For some of y'all though, like getting back up on the track. For some of y'all though, it's like, oh, okay, well, I got the snootness, I got the start. I'm trying not to be in this arrogant, egotistical space, but at the same time, that negativity needs to be placed otherwhere in your life. Like if you find problems or issues, it shouldn't just be on. If it's like working with others or whatever the case may be, it should be focused on what okay, I ain't got my hair done, I ain't got my nails done, I ain't did this for me, like not for job or work or asset. If it's like the workplace, for some of y'all though, it's like, yeah, okay, we come to work, we cool, but damn, like I gotta learn how to cut some of this shit off. Because the Page of Wands can be a very negative Nancy type card. Because you got Six of Cups versus the Two of Cups, and then put you at a Five of Cups energy. For some of y'all, though, this is like balancing work and life. So for some of y'all talk about work too much, and it's a turn off. For some of y'all, work brings out this like tired, angry, lethargic type energy though. So that's why I say when the negative kicks in, it's kind of like, okay, what else negative do I have going on in my life? So I won't project or put this onto other people though. That's why I said it does look like that though. So some of y'all, I feel like that have peace, and some of y'all had like a knowing though about something or someone. But that's the reason why I will say that. But yeah, because you got oh shit, I forgot this one too. Did I show y'all this? Shit, my bad. They all scattered out. And you got Temperance reversed though, so I told you Temperance is a very antagonistic way of communicating things. It's like needing peace, but at the same time, it's kind of like you get what I'm saying. You say I keep saying that though. It's like Like, it's no words, but at the same time, it's like, I'm going to say what the fuck I got to say. Five of Wands, competitiveness. Going back to this one, you trying to go up for something. I tell people all the time, like, if you're trying to get something in work or whatever the case may be, or you're trying to woo or necessarily get a boss or a person that's necessarily in your favor. Five of Wands energy is like competing for something, but I told you the Three of Swords is a very venomous style. So just getting over this. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like you have accomplished what it is you need to accomplish, and you're trying to push yourself out there. You still in like this competitive type mode where you think that it's probably you against other people when it's probably you against yourself. I kind of feel like that though. So it's like a recovery aspect. Oh, you got too many swords, and every cup come out this bitch is reversed. We'll either revert back to a real style. Oh shit. Ten of Cups. And this deck, Ten of Cups speaks of being emotional. It's like environments to where, like, when you communicate, and I tell you the temperance energy to where it could be knowing your gauge, but if you're communicating, you communicate from a forceful, hurtful style, ideally, though, so it could be. And if it's not checked, it will go on and it creates the environment to where if you and somebody else, the Queen of Swords, and feel like, yeah, okay. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to say this back. And then you got the Queen of Wands that's like, no, the fuck you not. Because I say you Queen of Wands. With the High Priestess, though, is a very duplicitous style. Like, I be telling people, like, when it comes from insecurities and all those different things, like, even if it's like the workplace, office, or drama, and you feeling like it's infidelities or you've been cheated on, that ain't the motherfucker you need to worry about that they cheated on you. You need to be worried about somebody else because the time of the focus that you're worried about getting something like poachers, somebody else can come get it. So that's why I said people feel to recognize that. That's why I said in this style. We have 27 minutes. I gotta hear wrap this up. All right, let's go. You got the Hangman though. For some of y'all, though, I told you, like, if you've been complaining because you got Three of Wands, you got the Fool, the Page of Swords, and the Sun. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like if it's like some job or career opportunities, though, like, even if you're not recognizing, like, damn, I really got to let go, or if it's like some plays or figuring out how you do something, like, for some of y'all, though, if it's like a reprimanding energy, as I told you, it's like a little too chaotic for some of y'all recognizing that. I told you the Six of Wands energy, just because we go in the same direction doesn't mean we have the same intention. So just because you trying to apply for a job, you in a place and you talk to the work boss or this person talks about this person, it doesn't mean that the word ain't gonna travel. So y'all learned that real quick working in CNAs in the healthcare field. Them bitches is messy. Or whatever I'm saying, them bitches is messy as hell. They messy. I'm saying like they really messy. Because like especially when men be involved in those environments. They be like, oh yeah. Girl, they get to acting real stupid and ignorant, and you be like, ugh. Then you see them trying to play favorites or this because they be wanting time off and them hoes click up. I gotta look. Anywho, but like I said, for some of y'all though, just leaving some sort of career behind ideally though, I kind of feel like, or whatever the case may be, that you necessarily wasn't happy in the first place. Because for some of y'all though, I kind of feel like it's like the opposite of drama or chaos ideally though. So it's like finding yourself because the Page of Swords is like this is a very sneaky energy. And I tell you the High Priestess reverse can be a very duplicitous woman though. So I told y'all that could be like somebody else that's on the prowl that you're not even paying attention to, like whether it's like a friend group or people, ideally though, it's like office drama, world drama is like somebody else is stirring it up and you don't even know. You kind of like I'm saying it's that style of energy though. It can get vicious though, but for some of y'all, I think if you're here and it's at that point and you're wanting to move forward or put those feelings out there though, for some of y'all though, it's kind of like I don't know. I want to move in a different direction, but I really don't know. But at the same time, it's kind of like not happy. So if it's like contractually or something that comes in. Let me see. Let me see. I want this Emperor to come out. I really do. I really do. Let's see. Wait a minute. So we got Justice and the Nine of Wands. That's the balancing of the scales. For some of y'all, though, I told you that's like the negativity that you see in certain things. It's like finding it within yourself. It's not the ones. It's like vulnerabilities, but it also speaks of not learning from the past. And I've been telling a lot of people you gotta learn how to negotiate them contracts based off your fears. If it's business, ideally though. So if it's like a position that you bidding for, baby, you need to go in the office and you're like, well, look, I need to go at this time because my child sickness is on your goddamn baby. But shit, you need to get what you want here. You gotta appeal to the masses of what it is that you need, and you also gotta live out this story. That's what you gotta go. Zip, zip, hush, hush. Bitch, you ain't my friend. 3 of Cups. I'm cutting this motherfucker off. Bam. You get what I'm saying? Because I need what I need. I need to value what I need more. So it's kind of like I need this. No, I ain't telling you this. I ain't telling you this. I ain't telling you this. Bitch, no. You get what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't do that ideally, though. The justice where we were talking about the balancing act, for some of y'all, though, this is the invulnerabilities. Because of some of y'all so business minded. Y'all can see the invulnerabilities and everything else. But when it comes to career and home, you don't see this. You don't see it. So that's why I said it's kind of like that type of energy where it's like, yeah. So that's what I said for some of y'all. Leg here. I'm gonna hear him wrap this up though. Say that. I'm gonna wrap this up though. Shit, ain't shit else coming out this bitch. The next one though, I'm gonna do on my side though. Ooh. And there we go. We back at the Wheel of Fortune. What's behind it though? We back at the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. That's what I said for some of y'all. That's like I told you, Three of Pentacles is the energy of when you want to look at the bigger picture. Period. Like, period. When you flip that bitch up right, it's about learning, it's about putting in interest, it's the apprentice, it's style, it's work. It's kind of like, it's like Eight of Pentacles is Three of Pentacles on steroids. But Three of Pentacles is like, oh yeah, da 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 da. But when it's reversed, it's kind of like, I don't want to look at the bigger picture. So for some of y'all though, this is this, not knowing how to look at the bigger picture in certain things, because the Three of Cups unwarranted criticism. It's not knowing when to cut certain things off. It's friends that celebrate necessarily bad behavior. People that should be cut out of your life, going back to the high priestess. This. So it's kind of like separating, like, okay, well, me and this chick, we hang out like when we're off work, ideally though, but I don't need her like knowing who you hang with necessarily why you want to clock, because it's a Knight of Cups energy at play. Because the Knight of Cups energy is a very gossipy, two-faced, oh, I'm just into the style of me. So this is the Six of Swords. This is the Four of Pentacles reversed. And then you got the Ten of Wands with the King of Wands energy. So for some of y'all, it's like, oh, I got control of my life, da, 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 da. And it's like, really? Because Ten of Wands is like needing help and feeling burdened by the environment. Then we got Four of Pentacles where you're probably taking a financial hit or loss on something ideally though, where it's making you vulnerable to certain things. Six of Swords, you keep reverting back to those same things. Then we go back to the Knight. And we go back to the High Priestess, person that's in play. I told you High Priestess is a very duplicitous motherfucking person. And that's why I said it's like that. They're in play. See, I'm trying to see what's the Emperor though. Because if the Emperor comes in, I told y'all, because you got King of Wands up right, so it could be you and your energy or whatever, but it could be because I was trying to see if the Emperor comes in. I was thought the Emperor was gonna come out though, so that's why I said I thought it was though, because I was like some of y'all might be getting like new bosses or whatever the case may be, but for some of y'all though, I kind of feel like it's this whirlwind office romance, this drama felt though. For some of y'all trying to manifest a new beginning or whatever the case may be for something binding, longevity for partnerships, because the devil energy can be binding. It's long term or whatever the case may be, like a long term commitment. But because on the bottom of the deck we got Empress, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Hierophant. Yeah, that sounds like routine for some of y'all. That's why I said it's like a karmic style with relationship though. So for some of y'all though, I'm telling you, like the negativity that goes on from with y'all, it's like, or things in your life, you ain't new to this. Like, because I tell you the Judgment reverse and the Justice card is right. It may seem unfair, or you may seem like things is out of control or out of your control, but you're not new to this energy though. You like you really not. So it's kind of like figuring out like How does this have to do with you? Oh, okay, here we go. Oh shit, I didn't tell y'all all the signs. All the signs that necessarily came out was who came out. We had the star, that's Aquarius. We had the moon, that was Pisces. We had the lovers, which was Gemini. We had the Scorpionic energy, which that was the death card. That's it. Who else y'all had? Did y'all have anything else? Hereford that was at the end. That's Thomas. That's it. Who else? Hmm. Okay. Trying to see what I want to pull y'all. Oh, I got the animals right here. Animals. Let's see what we can do or whatever the case may be. We got Owl. This is all knowing and all seeing. I like it because it's balanced though. Because that's the energy of where you hear me say because the owl can see things that people necessarily can't see. But I told you it's like now taking the energy and putting it back into you. Because for some of y'all, I tell you, if you left the workplace or like I don't want to, or trying to figure out some grandiose change that's needed in like needing in work or whatever the case may be to create some sort of balance that's in your life is kind of like that's unhappiness. Like it's unhappy about the shift in control of the power dynamic. Ooh, we got the dragon. And we got their solar plex and that stingray. Is that out of touch? Ooh, we got the snake. Reverse. We'll see how we can bring that into the deer again and the buffalo from the weekly reading. Oh shit. Buffalo. Ooh. And we got the vulture and the frog. And the vulture and the frog. That's why I said for some of y'all don't like this career aspect, like careers bringing up like karmic situations. So it could be people that you working with ideally though. So it's bringing about karmic situations or karmic lessons in your life and you trying to figure out what the fuck this got to do with me or how can I fix this or ideally though or just seem like it's calling out the negatives when it's really not the negatives. For some of y'all though, it's like calling about because I told you the vulture comes in to where like Mercury, I keep saying Mercury's in Scorpio, whatever the case may be, getting to the surface to get it out. Because the frog necessarily is an energy where it talks about spiritual cleansing and rejuvenating, and that's what the vulture does as well. Vulture necessary is a card where it eats off the dead, the things that necessarily is not serving you. So if you won't let go of something, this is where the vulture necessarily starts to eat away at you. And it seems like it will put you in a nerve volatile mood shaking situation. So let's see how can we bring the snake into which I'm not talking about like a snake because some of y'all may be dealing with somebody that's a snake, the witchcraft, but y'all really don't know that though. And it's like, yeah, because some of y'all this is karmic. Ugh. All right. I said this though. When it is out of balance, it starts and stops many things. It is the guardian of awakened, unawakened magic and creative potential, and that is your no, no, that's your sacral. Now that's your sacral, girl. The dragon is your sacral. Wait a minute. Is the dragon your sacral? No, it's not. I had it right. That's why I was like, that's the intention that goes into certain things. So I would say that though. So a lot of y'all think it's that style of energy though. I would say that I'm trying to wrap it up and I'm being on the fly from the good tarot though. Oh, I said that though. I don't think it comes from anything, but I think it's like time to focus the energy on you. Loving, intuitive, and graceful mother. During the first few days, their the inner beauty radiates and a sense of grace calms the room. A dear personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration or a new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When in balance, it is receptive, compassionate, and nurturing. When out of balance, it is concerned and protective. To bring into balance, no, it said to bring into balance nature and children, inner child. Because I'm saying you had a lot of pages. That was a verse that was like inner child, not happy. That's like my next blog that I was gonna write about past life, inner child, an adult. Like how can you incorporate those things into your life at this moment, or whatever the case may be. So that's what I said. Yeah, that was that though. That was your animal cards. So they mean something to you. So you would say that, though. Remember, and that's why I said it's all about turning those negatives into positive. That's what I said. Some of y'all in a whirlwind office romance. Have you been to that nigga house? So that's all I gotta say. If you ain't been to their house, tell them, sweetie, it ain't nothing. It's somebody else on the rise. All right. Let's go. Ooh, we got Temptation, Ace of Wands. We got Five of Wands. Let's go. So we can represent Five of Wands, Temptation, and we got the Ace of Wands. Let's go. Mm-hmm. 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 Five of Wands is creative brainstorming, unity and diversity, and honoring the differences. I have the freedom to explore the idea that seems to be the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch her imagination, when a new playmate comes into the garden, I'm open to new people and new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out in left field and what they might offer. Ooh, this is the 15. This is the Capricorn energy where I was talking about binding long term. Temptation. The material world is my playground, but I need to be careful not to be too attached to the outcomes. This is a warning to me to watch for the excess and to know what is not healthy for me. When this card shows up, it is a sign that I am focused on the material realm and I need to be aware of any excess or addictive behavior, my own or that of others. Yes. Did I say that though? Did I say that? I said that though. I said that though. But we see it was like some slight change that was coming about. So I can say that though. I said, y'all been trying. Ace of Wands, spirit powered, actions inspired, transformation, access to a co creative power. When I feel my connection to spirit, I see unlimited potential for transformations. There is no reason to fear because I am supported fully and imagining something new and daring to make it happen. This is a time to dream big. I can be bold and free because spirit inspires me to turn my dreams into reality. Mm. Other than that, y'all, that's it. I ain't doing no more fucking readings for the night. I lied. I lied. Just that fast. I did. I did not. But other than that, though, that's why I said nightly reading, that's gonna be loaded up. Career for fire signs will be loaded up. Really though, this should be loaded up. The other way should come up at about 8. I don't know what time zone it's gonna be on though. So it's at 8:15, 8:45. I don't know. Other than that, though, I'm gonna get my ass out of here though. Other than that though, I'm feeling. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna get my ass out this. I'm gonna get my ass out this car, girl. I be sitting in the car too much. Girl, so don't get me started on my hair. It'll be fixed. All color recorrection process. It will. Bam.